Skits with Eddie Edwards are quite amazing. Him in the nut house is just absolutely insane. The skit with Raven, and I don't know if any of y'all caught this, but Kent is the guy in the background. And if you're watching this shot right here, he calls this guy in the background Kent. It's pretty interesting. The Eddie Edwards match with Moose is just going to be tremendous. Swan is coming to the ring with Willie Mack. What do you think about these goggles that Rick Swan chooses to wear to the ring all the time? And what do you think of this Willie Mack tag teaming with him? I think it's definitely bringing out the better side of Rick Swan, that's for sure. The dancing and over-the-topness of his character, and how Willie Mack is just not as bouncy, and he just looks at him like, what the hell are you doing right now? It is very interesting. Then they're facing my favorite act, which is the Rascals. Trey West and Dez, the Rascals, are just absolutely phenomenal. I just love their act, and their skits are just always fucking hilarious. Sydal and Ethan Page come to the ring next. I actually think this is the opponents. I'm sorry I got that confused. And their tag team partner is going to be OVE. They're going to be Matt Sydal's tag team partner. That is this OVE, the Rascals, and Matt Sydal and Ethan Page all in the same match. Holy shit, how could you possibly hope for anything more than this? This is the first Impact of 2019, it's worth mentioning. Hurricane opening up this, just worth mentioning just because how impressive it is. And then just a brutal to Dev Xavier, just a double drop kick straight to the face. It was just absolutely brutal. As Dev Xavier and Sami Callihan square off, the intensity is just absolutely big match filled. Awesome scene where all 10 men are battling out, lined up, one side of the ring to the other side of the ring. Just creates an awesome scene with 10 men on 10 men. Oh, 5 men on 5. I'm sorry. Just gets devastated by a clothesline from Sami Callihan. I mean, absolutely just takes his motherfucking head off. Callihan jumps up to the turnbuckle and then comes back with a freaking, let's call it a clothesline. And then it's just absolutely craziness. Like, you don't expect Sami Callihan to be able to do that. And then he swings through, hits a Hurricane Rana. I don't know what the fuck he comes through like this, and then Raps grabs his head and comes back like that with a Hurricane Rana. Absolutely. Then Rick Swan goes over the top rope. Absolutely insane. I believe Ethan Page is next with a flying suicide dive. This is just absolute insanity, folks. And then we're setting up for Willie Mack. Willie Mack's actually coming across the ring. He's going to make the jump with a front flip. It's just fucking insanity. Willie Mack shouldn't be able to do that. Looks like a flying couch. Sydal is stopped by a suicide dive. Waxes just flies over off the back of Desmond Xavier. It's just absolutely crazy. Now Xavier does this little thing with this. Comes around, flip over the top rope. Space flying tiger drop is what Don Callis just called it. Chris hits him and says, we're done with the flying, but I don't think we are. We're going to get a cutter. Oh my God. That was insane. Callahan's got a rear choke side headlock sunk in absolutely very deep. Obviously stalling period. And after all that flying around, they probably need some time to rest. Take this slow moment to tell you how awesome I think Homecoming's going to be. I can't wait till Sunday for this pay-per-view. It's going to be the best pay-per-view we've seen in probably at least 5 years. I really want Brian Cage to win that match because I think it just sets up Brian Cage versus Sami Callihan at some point. And there's young Impact Wrestling talent versus young Impact talent in the main event is what I've always dreamed of. Where guys that are in the main event didn't come from somewhere else. I've been a fan of this little spot where they put the guy under the rope and they pop him up like that and his head slams. It's just a real creative way to use the ring. It's an old spot, but I've always loved it. As Chris Brothers just annihilate him in the submission hold, he's selling as he's screaming for mercy right before he reaches for the ropes. The selling in that's how it should always be. Just absolutely phenomenal selling. For those of you who do not know, selling means you make it look real. Matt Sydal hits a devastating sidewalk slam. And then Ethan Page comes off the top with a flying missed elbow. Just eats the canvas. Jesus fucking Christ. Rick Swann was just on a human being's back, jumped over to another man's neck, popped off with a hurricane roll. Just actually happened in real life. Like a fucking video game. Rick Swann bounces it, hits the ropes, comes back, jumps back, hits Cutter on both sides. It's a fucking video game. Ethan Page, I can't even keep up with this shit. And the Phoenix Splash, and we're going down for the 1 and the 2, and then it's interrupted. The count's interrupted by Matt Sydal. And we continue. Sami Callihan delivers a big boot to Willie Mack's face that literally makes him probably lose his teeth. Then a big knee oh my god, comes to Sami Callihan fist. And then Jake Chris, oh my god, to Dave Chris, is freaking elbows him through the mat. Then Xavier attempts to throw him out the ring, but he doesn't actually get him, which was a cool ass spot. Usually they always go. Dez takes a massive blow that rolls him out to the side of the ring. Oh, Ethan Page takes off Willie Mack's head and then delivers one hell of what appears to be a weak jackhammer slam. Get a 2 count for that. Ethan Page is going to be in the UltimateX match. That's just going to be crazy. He's so big. But Joe was in one, so I'm talking about Samoa Joe, so it can be done. And UltimateX is going to be phenomenal this Sunday. Can you believe that this pay-per-view is this fucking good? I can't wait for this pay-per-view. It's going to be just tremendously awesome. Dave Chris puts Willie Mack on the top turnbuckle, and what we're going to get next, these are 2 massive men to be on the top rope. And here we go. We fly off the top rope for a 1, a 2, and a 3, and Willie Mack gets the pin for his team. And Callihan comes up from behind with a baseball bat. He starts choking the living life out of Willie Mack. And this is obviously setting up for more stories for the pay-per-view. Then in an odd, twisted way of they bring in a table, and Sami Callihan decides he doesn't want to use the baseball bat. The old CNI through the table. Willie Mack is probably dead.
Rick Swann crawling in to protect his friend Willie Mack. What is Sami gonna do? Oh, no.
He's taking the baseball bat like he's implying that he's about to crack the skull of Sami Callihan's, implying he's going to crack the skull of Rick Swann with a baseball bat. Announcer says don't do it, and then he just goes to the outside of the ring and walks away. Just playing mind games, really. UltimateX were promised a new X Division champion because there's no current champion because Brian Cage gave up his X Division title. So still to come tonight, Allie versus Carrie Hogan. The Desi Hit Squad taking on Follow Bob and KM. Eli Drake has requested time and wants to address the Biz. And then Lucha Brothers versus Cage and Johnny Impact. That's going to be the main event. That's the main event for Impact. Another situation, of course, is the Eddie Edwards versus Moose, which is going to just lead to an awesome match at the pay-per-view Homecoming. So they show a video package which features Eddie Edwards in the nut house, and also that Raven helped Eddie Edwards get out by Kent distracting, and Raven able to get the key from the doctor at the crazy house. This story is just awesome. So we got Eli Drake, and I think he's going to be on the microphone, so we all knew that's going to be awesome. If you happen to see the way when I was like, awesome, look at her looking at me like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Eli Drake is so awesome on the microphone. He said that Tommy Dreamer fell victim to his precious Patty, and then he looked at the paddle. Abyss versus Eli Drake in a Monsters Bowl match. That's at Homecoming. Can you believe this right now? That's also with UltimateX and also with Cage versus Johnny Impact. Oh my god, it's so awesome. He says he'll become. He says he's the last of a dying breed. He says he's good enough at adapting. What in the hell? He says he is hardcore. Eli Drake has made it his lifelong mission to be anti-hardcore. Dreamer comes down to the ring, puts his head in the chair. Lights go out. And who is it? Raven's in the ring.
It's Raven! Oh my god! It's Raven! And Dreamer!
Obviously, ECW chants break out. The Desi Hit Squad is next. This is the Final Impact. That's also Dixie Carter. And I'll have to explain who those are. And then, I just gotta tell you, man, I just can't tell you how much I think Homecoming is gonna be. Look at all that dog. Hey, look at the little camo up. Yeah, we're just talking about a little pro wrestling, Impact Wrestling, watching Impact right now. They're gonna be facing KM and follow Bob. Scarlett Bordeaux is coming out. More about the pay-per-view. LAX will face the Lucha Brothers. What they're describing is a family. They don't want it to escalate to a family war. Konrad didn't want this match to happen because he thought it would get too personal. That's the story. And Scarlett Bordeaux continues to get the distraction. All ball to the top rope. Bouncing, bam, big sit. 1, 2, 3. Follow Bob and KM get the win. The Lucha Brothers say that it is personal, and that Konrad's worst fear has come true, that this will be a personal feud between the Lucha Brothers and LAX. Allie versus Kiera Hogan. These were best friends. I love how Kiera Hogan runs across the ring from different angles and has Allie in the corner and just hits her from every angle. I just think that's something different, a little bit different. Suicide dive. from Kiera to Su Yung on the outside. But again, I love that concept where Allie's in the corner and then Su Yung runs off every corner and comes at her. It's just a cool effect. By the way, I think that would be much better in the 6-sided ring. Just throwing that in there. Allie goes for a Death Valley driver. Kiera comes. Counter, kick to the head from a cover for the 1, the 2 on Allie. Allie kicks out. Allie with a big ass knee to the face. Comes out with the code breaker from Allie. Allie's going for the cover. 1 count, 2 count. And there's the 3. Allie wins. Su Young's now in the ring. Head Kiera's head face wash from Allie. Double face wash. And out comes Jordynne Grace. And who's Allie's up on just cleaning house, taking out Su Yung and Allie. Big ass sit down powerbomb. Devastating. Knees to the back as Allie's in the corner.
Starting a rivalry with Su Yung and Allie. Does she know what she's getting into? She clears house right now.
Chanting for Kiera Hogan. Knocks Allie's all the way to the floor. Big moment for Jordynne Grace.
No, I don't. I think Jordynne Grace is used to being able to have her way with people, to throw people around. She did it tonight, but Su Yung will have an answer for Jordynne Grace, you can rest assured. The opening salvo, there what appears to be a new budding rivalry on Impact. Started by Jordynne Grace as she comes to the aid of Kiera Hogan. Back to the drawing board for Su and Allie.
The female wrestling continues. Next, the video package is being shown of the Tessa Blanchard, the greatest female going today, versus Taya Valkyrie. They're going to face each other at Homecoming. Again, you should order this pay-per-view. This pay-per-view is going to be absolutely phenomenal.
There's Tessa Blanchard, the undeniable knockouts champion, the disruptor. Oh, God.
Of course, Gail Kim's going to be the special guest referee. Homecoming's going to be awesome. This feud is incredibly personal. This is just an incredibly awesome feud. Gail Kim is back to us talking about layers and feuds. Just awesomeness. Up next, LAX gives a fucking promo that just blows my ever-loving mind. Actually, it doesn't. It reminds me of why I call LAX my favorite tag team in professional wrestling. This tag team is off the charts with just pure amazement. And despite I have emotion. Isn't it amazing with this mask how you see no emotion? It's craziness. Anyways, this fucking shit is craziness. LAX has actually, this LAX is actually better than the original LAX. And it hurts me to say that because I love the original LAX. I was there in Detroit, Michigan when Hernandez jumped onto AJ Styles off the top of 6 sides of steel in the first pay-per-view after a long stint at the Impact Zone where they hadn't been anywhere else. The first pay-per-view on the road, and God knows how long. Let me tell you something. This LAX is phenomenal. Lucha Brothers versus LAX for the tag team titles. They're going to tear the motherfucking house down. And that's why you have to order Homecoming on pay-per-view. Because if you don't, you're missing out on great entertainment. Then we see a segment. Well, actually, right before that, we see a segment with Trevor Lee where he's basically saying, look, man, I'm not getting any action. Why ain't I getting any action? And he wants to get a match. And Scott D'Amore and Don Callis saying, you want a match? We got something for you. His opponent is Killer Kross, and this motherfucker is fucked. Trevor Lee is fucked. He's about to be just a mud hole.
Cuts the promo, says he's a 3-time X Division champion, demands to be treated better, demands to be treated with respect. They say go up to the ring. Go ahead, go to the ring. Here's your opponent, Killer Kross. Yeah, whoever's running this place has got a sadistic sense of humor because the kid came in.
That's funny because Don Callis is the one running this place, the guy talking. Trevor Lee becomes the sacrificial lamb to Killer Kross. Absolutely devastating. Comes over with the let go suplex. Now Killer Kross gets on top with a chokehold and a rear naked choke. And good night, Trevor Lee. Here we go. Trevor's done. One. Killer Kross. Killer Kross just dominates. Kross gets a microphone. I'm sure we're going to get some death in the Johnny Impact feud with Brian Cage. Here we go. And that is, Homecoming's got so many layers.
Listen, Sean.
Talking to Johnny Impact. Just absolutely crazy. Homecoming. You're going to need it. Brian Cage is going to hopefully win the World Heavyweight title.
You know, sometimes I feel like I just can't get through to you. Would you like to see what happens? What is he talking about?
This is...
Well, that's it. Great victory for Killer Kross tonight.
He's grabbing a random... He's grabbing a random person. Looks like maybe some kind of staff. A timekeeper is what they're describing him as. He's got a random timekeeper. And I believe, if I didn't know better, I think that's the sound guy that does the voiceovers for Impact. He's got a cinder block.
That's a concrete cinder block. It's right in front of us here at the announce position. What's he going to smash this kid? Just told the kid to get up on the apron.
Here we go.
Referee Johnny Bravo.
Killer Kross is just insanity.
Yeah. Trevor Lee is out on his feet.
I think he's going to kill Trevor Lee.
The timekeeper, this young man, he has no choice, Don. Kross just told him, hold it there or I'm going to hurt you. Oh, my God. No. Oh, God. Jesus.
He just punched the cinder block and it went to 100 bits.
Through a cinder block and Trevor Lee is hurt.
That just happened. And the intensity of Killer Kross. The random person just jumped across the barricade and left.
Can we get someone out here?
I think Trevor Lee is dead.
Don't disappoint us. Killer Kross is insane. Was this a message for Johnny Impact? We have got to get Trevor Lee some help immediately, guys.
Trevor Lee's dead.
A chaotic scene moments ago as Killer Kross punched Trevor Lee through a cinder block. Impact Management came out to check on Trevor Lee. We've got to get this situation under control. Somebody's got to stop Killer Cross.
This Sunday, live on pay-per-view, it's Homecoming. And it's going to be freaking awesome. I mean, absolutely freaking awesome. Can't wait for the pay-per-view. Sami Callihan and Willie Mack will go one-on-one. Ali and Su Yung, Dark Alley. Eddie Edwards will go against Moose in a false count anywhere match. Ultimate X will be Chris versus Paige versus Swan versus Trey in an Ultimate X match. Can you believe that? Ultimate X? That's going to be insane. You got to order this pay-per-view. Eli Drake and Abyss will go on one-on-one in a monstrous ball. Hardcore. Anything goes. LAX will face the Lucha Brothers for the tag team titles. Gail Kim will be the special guest referee, and Tessa versus Taya Valkyrie. It doesn't get any better than this. Can't wait. Hopefully, like I've been saying, I want Brian Cage to win this match. It's gonna be absolutely awesome, and I can't wait for it. Then we're in the main event with Pentagon Jr. versus Johnny Impact. It's actually Cage, the Lucha Brothers versus Cage and Johnny Impact. So they're actually teaming together. Johnny Impact and Cage are teaming together against the Lucha Brothers for the main event of Impact. This is an awesome match. The talent in this match is awesomeness. Spanish fly from Johnny Impact on the top rope. You're going to a 2 count. Pentagon makes the save. Johnny Impact accidentally hits Cage. Cage and Johnny Impact, tag team partners, get in each other's face. They will face each other at the pay-per-view. Awesomeness. Big clothesline accident from Cage hits Johnny Impact. And this is going to set up probably the end of this match. It's going to create tension. Package power driver. Johnny Impact is pinned. And they beat Johnny Impact and Brian Cage, who were having problems. Now Brian Cage is getting in the ring to front Johnny Impact. And Cage says, "What the hell is that?" I think we're going to see this breakdown quick and in a hurry. Johnny Impact and Brian. Confrontation between Johnny Impact and Brian Cage. Johnny Impact grabs Cage and doesn't let him get out of the ring. I think it's about to get escalated. And a push and a punch and a punch and a punch and a punch. And they're going at it. And referees are coming on trying to break it up. They're punching each other. It's breaking down. Security coming in from everywhere. And they're at each other's throat. And the pay-per-view is definitely going to be awesome. I want Brian Cage to win this match so bad. Awesome pull apart right here. absolutely awesomeness.
Impact and Cage continue to battle. Need to get this under control right now. Pure anarchy in Las Vegas.
Tons and tons and tons of people.
Again on Sunday between Johnny Impact, the world champion, and the challenger Brian Cage.
There's probably 20 security guards in this scene. They got probably 10 wrestlers.
From Nashville.
Impact Wrestling presents Impact. They're going to do a hype video for the pay-per-view. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Hey, listen, folks. I hope a lot of people order this pay-per-view. I think what Impact Wrestling does is better than any other wrestling company. Goes without saying, I think it's better than the WWE. But I think it's better than Ring of Honor and New Japan. I think it's unfortunate because I think Impact Wrestling gets a bad rep sometimes. Impact Wrestling truly is the greatest wrestling company going today. But listen, Homecoming's going to be awesome. Don't take my word for it. Order Homecoming. Give it a chance on pay-per-view. If you used to be a wrestling fan during the 90s, I think what Impact Wrestling is giving you today is something you'll enjoy. So I hope you take this time to really consider ordering this pay-per-view. I know you've given your money to a lot of shit that didn't really pay off. And I tell you what, this is just one entertainment thing. And if you don't really like it, come on. It's not like you can't say that you've never wasted your money on something before. This is something I encourage everyone to spend money on. Order this pay-per-view, Homecoming on pay-per-view. They're going back to where it all started in 2002, and I guarantee you that's going to have some elements of surprise in it in its own right. In 2002, Dave Meltzer said this company wouldn't last 90 days. For those of you who don't know who Dave Meltzer is, he's the most respected journalism in professional wrestling. And he's been calling for the demise of this company ever since this company, actually before this company launched. Today, January 6th, it's not January 6th, but on January 6th, today, I'm telling you that on January 6th, you should order this pay-per-view because it will be the best fucking wrestling pay-per-view you've seen in the past 5 years. And it could be longer than that if you haven't really been watching wrestling. Anyways, thanks for watching this wrestling video. Thank you for watching Full Entertainment Media. Thank you for watching myself, Kent Jones. And let me tell you, for all my activist videos, for all my activist fans, please watch our cop blog videos and watch our audits that we do all the time. And for just the pure entertainment, like cooking, we're going to be baking a cake coming up pretty soon. Don't know how that disaster is going to turn out. We do anything and everything here on Full Entertainment. That's why we put full in our name. We are entertainment, and we understand activism has to appeal to the masses. And the only way we can appeal to the masses is by encouraging each and every one of you to like this video, to subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell for all the notifications. We believe activism has to be supported by entertainment just because the way we're going to make the biggest difference is by having the loudest voice. With the more voice that we have is empowered by the power of how many people are watching us. This is very important. But I know my vision is good at Full Entertainment Media. I know what I believe in is true. So I hope you can support our activism. I hope you can support our entertainment. And I hope you can just support Full Entertainment Media. Let me tell you, like that video will mean a lot to us. Subscribing will mean more. And ringing that bell will mean the most. God bless each and every one of you. I'm Kent with FullEntertainmentMedia.com.